everybody, it's Dua. So I recently attended the Little Mekong Night Market, which is a two-day night market event in St. Paul, Minnesota. And it was my first time vending there. I think the event they had it a few years ago, but I think after COVID, it kind of was on hiatus for like several years, and this year it just reopened again. This video, I'm gonna go over my thoughts and how I thought of it. We'll go over like how well I did or my sales and basically all the expenses and everything. So I'm gonna be kind of real with you guys in this video because I think it's really important for especially artists if they can try to be transparent, especially within like the art community. And I know being like I said, among artists, it's like I've been at this like so many years and I feel like it's like I've been trying to find the magic formula or stuff, but like that work for me. Basically, I'm still figuring it out. I think just from hearing having me share my journey with you guys, hopefully that helped you guys figure out your journey as well. So yeah, let's get started. So for the event, I think there were over 70 or so vendors. I think that includes food, drink vendors, regular vendors and stuff. When this like opportunity came my way, you can say for the past few years I've heard about it, and I heard people saying it's such a good event, especially like there'll be food and arts and like performances and all that stuff. So it's kind of like a nice little like summer event, you can say, where there's gonna be people, there's gonna be like traffic and stuff like that. And so I have a few like artist friends who vended before, and they've said in the past too that it is a good event to go to. So I thought this year will be my year, and so I just like I always second guess myself every year that or every time that the opportunity to vend comes, but then I think this year I just decided to like pull the trigger and go with it. Like I think part of me just always wanted to go to this event, so I thought it would be why not just give it a try this year. And so that's what I did. So I applied and I got in, and after that like I had to figure out a bunch of stuff that came with the event, because this is my first event where it was like an outdoors event. Usually I do indoor events, so there were like a lot of things that I did not have prepared. Like there was obviously insurance that we had to get for the event and everything. And so my previous events they never really required insurance, but this event, since it was an outdoor event, and I'm guessing since like there's gonna be a lot of people, like it's probably best to like have your stuff insured and everything. So I had to go about looking for insurance just for me in general in case something happens at my booth and stuff. I also had to prep like canopy stuff like for my tent and everything. Luckily my husband already had a tent, so I had to like buy a whole tent because I wasn't sure if I was gonna continue doing outdoor events anyway. But I did had to get like side panels for the tent to secure it at night. I had to get weights to secure the tent down from flying over and hitting people and stuff like that. I had to get like another table because I didn't have like a big enough table. Just stuff to like hang my banners, like just stuff like that, like for an outdoor event that I haven't had or I don't have in stock and everything. Since it was gonna be a night market, I had to get lights to light up my tent at night. So and then I just all end up buying like a portable generator, because even though they did supply like electricity, I think like I just bought one in case like something happens. And they did say that vendors can like provide their own just in case backup, in case something happens and stuff. So I had to get that. And so I think overall this event, it got really like pricey for me, because like I said, this was my first outdoor event where I had to like buy everything myself and stuff like that. So I think a lot of my expenses came from just like prepping for just an outdoor show in general, because I haven't done that before. Because most of my events in the past is usually they'll provide a table for you, or they provide chairs, or it was indoors, so you didn't need like a tent, like weights, lights, insurance, like all that stuff. Did I mention the table registration fee? It was originally $500 for a 2-day event, which to me it seems like a bit pricey. But like I think maybe considering the fact that they were expecting a lot of people. I understand if it was like a full day event where it was like a 2-day event, but it was like you get like at least like 8 hours or something to sell your stuff. But it was just a 2-day event, and then the first day it was from 5 p.m. until 11. So I think it was like 6 hours each day to kind of like open and sell your stuff. So however, on the second day they did allow vendors to come in early, and then so we had more time to like sell stuff and everything. So I think that really helped in a way. It would have been nice. I know it's a night market, so it's like it should happen at night and stuff. But I think for like a 2-day event, considering that you only get 6 hours each day to sell your stuff, I think it's a bit pricey for being 500. But like I said, I don't make the prices, and that was the prices. But just I think something to think about in the future is considering how much time you get to sell and considering if it's worth the table price. So yeah, $500 for the 2-day event. But I did get a discount because they had like a gallery that if artists sell some of the stuff through there, like a consignment thing, then you get like discount. So I did get my booth for $400, which helped, like greatly helped. But like if I had to pay the $500, I probably wouldn't have done it had I not gotten that discount. Definitely not an event, I think, for like if you're just an up and coming artist. I would recommend you do shows if possible that have like lower table fees. This event is not for the lighthearted, you guys say. In terms of expenses, you're gonna get hit hard with a bunch of expenses for this event. So I definitely recommend this to a more established artist or an artist who has like a fan base, especially in the area and stuff. It definitely helps to make up for like the table costs and all the expenses that you incur and everything. Other things that I spent on this event was obviously things like inventory. I made a few things, so I had to like replenish my inventory. So I reordered a bunch of stickers and prints and everything for this event. In terms of like prepping how much to prep for this event, I honestly thought that it was gonna be like overwhelming a lot of people, and so I did I prepped enough. I almost thought that I didn't prep enough, but then after the event, I felt like it was just the right amount, and it was like I said, plenty enough for both days and everything. Let's talk about the stuff that I actually sold. So in terms of like the categories, like since for me I sell comics, stickers, prints, and paper dolls, and like some little stationery things. Mainly those category. Out of all those categories, the category that I sold the most was actually stickers, which to me is surprising. I think because usually for me, my big seller item is definitely my comics. And so it was interesting that it became stickers this time around, which, like I said, it's just like an interesting thing that you find out after from each event and everything, in which product sells more or which products are more effective at certain events. I think for this event, the reason why the stickers sold really well is because I think first of all, because there was like a sale on the stickers. I had like a thing where it's like a buy 3 get it for a certain amount instead of buying like if it's like each sticker was $4 and then if you buy 3 it's $10. So it's just like easy, and people love sales and everything, so they love saving money. So and another reason is because stickers, they're like one of my lowest price items, so it was affordable. Kids saw it, they can afford it. I know since it's inflation, like people don't have money to spend, so the least they can probably spend on is like a few bucks on like some stickers or something small, because even like I said, the event mainly I think is for people who is for like food. Of course, people are gonna spend most money on food at this event, and after food maybe they have extra money to spend on like like arts and crafts and all the other stuff that people sell and everything. So stickers, like I said, it's affordable. Anybody can really like get it. Like the audience for stickers is like from little kids to like adults. So I think that's why the stickers were really effective. Yeah, I think the other thing is because they're obviously my new items, and like my comics, like I don't really have much of the new comics, so and prints and stuff. But then yeah, the prints actually the second category that sold pretty well, aside from the stickers. But stickers definitely being number one. So most of my sales were sticker sales. Any cons of the event? Honestly, like I say, it could be a lot of factors. It could be that inflation, people don't have money to spend and stuff like that. On the first day it did rain a little bit, especially when we were set up in the morning, but like during the event it was kind of like cold and stuff like that. I feel like the weather I feel like it low-key kind of have a little effect on sales and stuff, but I did compare my sales from the first day compared to the second day, and they were actually about the same, which is surprising to me that like I guess the rain didn't really stop people from coming out and saying hi and everything. Whether it could always play a role. Inflation, like I said, people are not really spending as much money on other things other than you could say non-essentials. But I obviously low-key was kind of expecting more in terms of like my profits. I think basically just considering because this is such a big event, I went to shows where there were only, I think, like a few thousand people or like 2,000 or so people that showed up. But I feel like my sales were almost, I guess you could say, the same as this 2-day event that had, maybe almost 30,000 people. I think for me, like I said, I low-key kind of like was hoping for better sales turnout, but like I said, it could be a lot of factors. This event is mainly catered towards people who are into food or just entertainment, so I think my target audience wasn't really there. Some of the events I go to, they more targets toward like people who are into arts or craft only, so I think that's why it's like more concentrated, and the sales will be about the same as if it was a big event with like, you know, less concentrated people who are interested in arts and stuff. It could also be that there was so much things going on at the event, or the fact that the event was so big, or that, you know, it took up a few streets, so that it could have been hard to find, you know, the each vendor and everything. So like I said, there could be a lot of factors that really affected sales and everything, but I honestly low-key was kind of just expecting more, just because I've heard great things about this event, because I did have a friend that they vended like before pre-pandemic, and they said before it was a lot bigger and it had like a lot more things going on, and I think maybe sales was better back then too. I think the only other thing about this event was, I know some vendors, they were placed at a different part of the street. It was really, I guess, the foot traffic from what they said is a lot different from the foot traffic from the area I was placed at. So like I said, it's just something to think about when I'm trying to vend an event. It's unfortunate that sometimes like just things aren't in your best interest, or it sucks when things don't go your way, but you know, like I said, I think we just gotta keep chugging along and, you know, just move on from the hardships that happen to us, and try to make the most out of it. In terms of what I made, so like I said, not a lot of people talk about how much I made, because obviously it's like it almost feels like taboo to be like, you know, talking about how much you made at an event and everything, or it feels like, oh, you're like flaunting yourself, or like you're bragging that you make so much money and stuff. But I honestly think it's really important to talk about how much you make, especially like being an artist, and kind of getting, it's kind of like data, you can say, that you can kind of gauge and for yourself, especially if it's like an event worth going to in the future or not. So for this event, I made a little over $2,000 for the whole weekend. It's about $1,000 each day that I made. So $2,000, and so after my expenses, I had a lot of expenses, guys. Like I said, the table registration is $400. All the supplies that I bought was probably like $1,000 or more, and like after I minus everything, I would think I only profited like $100 or $200 after like all my expenses, like gas, food, like I say, insurance and stuff. It pretty much like, I think I only profited like $100 or $200 after the whole event, and that's not even minus my inventory that I spent. So it would have been, I guess you could say, negative. So basically, this event, it was like I said, I kind of expected more, considering how much I spent money on it. But then I guess kind of be lenient on myself, because like I said, this was my first outdoor event in a while, so I kind of had to spend like money that I didn't have before. Yeah, basically I profit only like $100 or $200, I think, at most, and so not including, like I say, what I spent on inventory and everything. So yeah, that's the real deal, guys. It's like, it looks like you're making a lot of money, but really after all the expenses and, you know, time, especially for me, I'm traveling out of state, you know, going there, gas, I'm lucky that I didn't have to get a hotel, because otherwise that would have like put it in like the negatives more. So yeah, I was thankful that I had a family, and I was able to like had a place to stay and stuff. Yeah, that's basically the real life of an artist, or just being a vendor, you know, especially like, you know, you put so much hope into like reserving tables and paying all this money to go to events so that you can sell your stuff. But sometimes, like, depending on the event, or like I said, just like the economy and stuff like that, you know, sometimes things don't turn out the way you expected. But what I was thankful is for seeing all you guys there. I met some, like I say, new and old faces, and it's always great seeing you guys in person and being like all excited about my products and everything. So again, I'm really thankful for everyone who stopped by, and just like I said, most of my sales were sticker sales, so it like kind of blew me by surprise too, the amount of support for stickers. And I think I sold almost 300 items, and most of them, like I said, were stickers and prints. So like I said, thank you guys for your support. It's hard being an artist and putting yourself out there as well. Like, financial risks that comes involved, and like you're not always sure people will like your work and everything. It's hard being an artist. I'm still not rich from it. I still trying to figure it out, trying to see what works and everything. I think maybe like most of you guys are trying to figure it out too. I feel like my stories and my experiences, I hope you guys maybe resonate with them, or you guys take it into consideration when you guys are planning your life out and everything, and maybe you want to pursue this path too. So just something to, I guess, remind you that I'm still figuring it out and I don't have everything together, even though I've been doing this for how long. That's basically concludes my my video here. It is kind of a bit lengthy, but I hope this kind of gives you guys an insight as to if you want to do this event in future. For me personally, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do in the future. We'll see how I feel about it next year, because like I said, with finances and everything, and I guess I'm kind of decisive about what kind of shows I attend, basically because I want to make the most, make it be profitable too, so that I can like continue my business and continue seeing you guys and making stuff. This event is definitely more geared towards, I think, food and entertainment lovers, artists. Okay, you can do well too, but I think I recommend if you have one like a good fan base, or people who will come support your work, and like I said, you're not like a beginner level, or maybe if you are maybe getting there or mid-level, I recommend sharing a table so that it cut down on costs, and you're able to like make profits from this event and everything. But like I said, this is all just based on my experience. I don't know how other vendors did, but I talked to like a few of my friends, and they just said that like I guess sales were okay, and they probably, I think we all kind of expected more, but like I said, could be a lot of factors. If you're traveling from out of state and considering being here, I recommend, let's say, having good fan base. If you can have a friend, you can stay at their place. If you can share a table and stuff, because this show does, I feel like it does get really costly, especially you don't have like any of the stuff, for tent and outdoor stuff, and like lights and stuff at night and stuff. It can get really costly, so I would consider like doing like a little calculation of all the possible costs that goes into the show before even considering like applying, to see if it's actually worth coming here. Yeah, that's basically my tip if you think about vending at the Little Mekong Night Market in the future. Like I said, this is just my experience. I don't know how other artists did, so take my experience and advice and talk with a grain of salt. You could be different, you could be a bestseller. So I don't know, this is just my experience, and hopefully by sharing with you guys my experience can help you better consider if this event is worth attending for you, especially if you're a vendor. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions, and thanks you guys for watching, and thanks for your support. I hope to see you guys. Bye.